Welcome back to another episode of Light Beer Dark Money. I'm Sean Noble.
I'm Chris Clements.
It is Thursday, November 13th. The shutdown is over.
It is. Roses and fireflies.
Yes.
Just, everything is just so much different today. No.
Yeah.
The Democratic Civil War has begun.
It has begun. The Civil War has begun. There is a little bit of difference. So we both recently have flown. Did you fly? No, you flew American.
I flew American hunting, and I made the correct. So we left Friday at 5 a.m. And when we were checking in, the gentleman told me, "You're making the correct call, sir, because after about 8 or 9 a.m. this morning, it's just going to be a mess."
Yeah.
And it was growing at that time. Now coming back, we had a direct flight from Little Rock back here to Phoenix. And there were a bunch of delays here happening in Phoenix, so we got pushed back. But I was so happy we had that direct flight.
So I had a direct to New Orleans. I took my son to Wild Kratz Brothers.
Yes, you were telling me
show.
that as we were walking in, and I have to say I had no idea that was still a thing.
Yeah, they're still around.
It's kind of like the Wiggles.
Yeah. He freaking loved it. It was, just
Wild
the
Kratz.
expression on his face as it began was worth it.
Wild Kratz.
But,
oh my gosh.
we had a direct, we did Southwest and direct there and back, and no problems either way.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Well, let's give thanks to those TSA members.
Yeah.
They get we're not really kind to them a lot of the times because they have a thankless job, and sometimes they do really ridiculous things. But for those who came to work,
They're
when
working
they did
without
not
pay.
have to, thank you.
Yeah. And the flight, what am I saying? Air traffic controllers.
The air traffic
Right,
controllers.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And make no mistake, our air traffic control system in this country is
It's antiquated. It's a mess,
it's
and they're
broken.
the first people who would tell you it's got to be fixed.
It absolutely needs to
adds
be
stress
fixed.
to their life.
Yeah, we need Elon Musk to go into our FAA and doge it
Somebody needs to fix that system
completely.
But the shutdown is over, and the Democrats got zip, and they are at civil war, as you point out.
Yeah.
Calling for Schumer to resign, to be not the leader anymore. And the knives are out.
He lost the view. When you lose the view, as much influence as those ladies have on American politics, it's over for
the
them.
guidepost for American politics.
Yeah.
The view.
So we know how this works. So what's being reported, was reported in the Wall Street Journal, I think National Review had an article on it, is that these same group of Democrats went to John Thune, I think 2 weeks after the shutdown, and basically said, okay, here's what do we need to do, because we're not for this, number one. And number two, it's going to hurt our constituents. And number three, this is ridiculous to use the American people as pawns. And Schumer got wind of it, is being reported, and shut them down.
Yeah, for a time.
For a time.
Until he figured he could get away with it. But make no mistake, this entire shutdown was because Schumer is afraid of AOC.
Yeah. Well, now he's got to be really afraid of her because
he failed.
Now they're saying that he's done. Now, time, the greatest gift in politics, ladies and gentlemen, is time. And his time is not up till 2028, correct?
Right.
And so a lot of things can happen between now and then.
She might decide to run for president.
She might decide she has bigger sights on bigger things.
Here's the thing, though. She could very well decide she's going to run for president. She could get into it, realize, it's not in the cards for me to win this primary, and switch over and run against Schumer
him
in the primary.
Yeah, perhaps.
Because I'll have to look and see exactly when the deadline is to file for Senate in New York, but I don't think it's before
Iowa?
The Iowa caucus.
Yeah,
well,
you
or
might-
whatever it is that they're
whatever
gonna
it
do.
is.
Remember, the Democrats
Democrats might change it all
punted
again.
Iowa. That was supposed to be a temporary change. We don't know if that's going to be temporary or not.
Yeah. So with Chucky, he either made a calculation by going back to that group of 7 Democrats, 1 independent, and just said, hey, okay, let's get this over with. And either made a calculation that he'll live to fight and survive another day, or made the calculation that I'm done anyway.
Yeah, he could be done anyway.
Like, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
And, did a lethal weapon on himself.
Maybe. That very well could be.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
you know who else is
either
doing
way, he doesn't seem to be caring about the criticism.
You know who's doing a lethal weapon on themselves?
Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie, by the
Yeah.
way.
Our own fair governor,
Governor
Katie
iPad.
Hobbs. Governor Hobbs. I'm now terming her Hypocrite Hobbs.
Hypocrite Hobbs.
Hypocrite Hobbs.
That might work in a campaign.
Yeah. Here's why.
Might even work in a great ad.
Good.
I could see it in an ad, ladies and gentlemen.
Hypocrite Hobbs is a hypocrite. But I repeat myself.
Yeah.
Hypocrite Hobbs. I repeat myself.
Governor iPad.
If you are paying attention to the news, she has what has in the state before equated to done what is an impeachable offense.
Really?
Yeah, she is corrupt. So she took some money for her inauguration, along with the party, the Democrat Party, getting money, her campaign getting money from a corporation that does business with the state, that had asked for more money from the state, and the Ducey administration had turned them down. And in fact, the Hobbs administration, in the early days of the Hobbs administration, turned them down. And then the inaugural check got cashed after they got turned down. Says that they got their check in, they got turned down early February of 2023. Check comes in mid-February, late February 2023 for the inauguration fund, $100,000 on top of others. So there's at least $400,000 that she's taken. And magically, the Hobbs administration increases the amount of money spent with this company to $4 million.
Wow.
30% increase.
Wow.
So she now has that magic touch. Give me 400, I will give you 4 million. I'll make you a 900% profit
Wow.
on your investment.
That's amazing.
It's amazing how many of these Democrats have figured out how to make a bunch of money.
Well, how to use government to fund their little friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether it's these NGOs being funded by the federal government and your taxpayer
And
dollars,
so this
something as simple as this.
This story breaks in the Republic. I think it was yesterday.
Okay.
I mean, there's been noise about it, but Stacey Barchinger.
Yeah, AZ Free News has had some couple things about it.
Stacey Barchinger from the Arizona Republic has done a really impressive investigative story. On the same day, Katie Hobbs tweets out, "I'm honored to earn the endorsement of Stop Big Money as we fight to end corruption and restore trust in government." While Washington drives up the cost and leaves Arizonans behind, we're working together to continue the work I've always done, putting Arizona first.
Yeah.
No, you've not fought to end corruption. You are engaging in corruption. You are destroying trust in government, and you are putting your friends first, not
she is.
Arizona first. You're putting your corporate lackeys first.
Okay, let's back up just a little bit and understand one thing, is that Katie Hobbs has never had an original thought in her life. Okay, everything that she says or does is dictated by one thing and one thing only: the iPad. And whoever controls that iPad controls the state of Arizona. I would like to know who is behind the iPad.
Who's behind the iPad?
Like, who is behind the AutoPen? We still don't really know.
That's right.
Who is behind President AutoPen for the better part of 4 years? Who is behind the iPad?
Well,
Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know this and you think I'm being hyperbolic here a little bit, if you go to any single event
you
with
just have
Governor
to go watch,
Katie
just
Hobbs,
go watch it in real life.
Go watch it in real life. And on her lap is this sacred technological, sacred technological.
Because if it's the Ten Commandments on the tablets themselves.
It is the tablet of her life. And she will be getting questions from the audience, and she will look down on the iPad to find a response.
Well, keep in mind that if she's getting a question,
it's all staged.
It has been pre-vetted.
It's been pre-vetted.
It's been pre-vetted. It is past time. It is past time for America to turn the page on Hypocrite Hobbs.
Well, I mean, there's some polling that came out, last week?
Yes.
And was your polling?
Nope.
No, it was some other polling. And
Not my
that polling has, first of all, has good news from the candidate that you're supporting.
Yes.
And that is Andy Biggs is up by like 50% over.
Well, he's got a 24
Karen
point
Taylor
lead
Robeson
over Taylor Robeson.
And our good friend David Schweikert, who I don't know if he's mad at you. He might be mad at me.
Yeah.
I don't know. And he's at 3%.
Yeah, he's not.
So that doesn't bode well for him. But it had head-to-head matchups between a generic Republican and then Karen Taylor Robeson and Andy Biggs against Hobbs, and she didn't really do very well. So the varnish the varnish is washing off.
Well,
of,
and it's
Governor
and
Hobbs.
in all seriousness, this is a huge deal.
Yeah.
This is exactly the kind of corruption that they make movies about.
Really?
That they write stories about.
Really?
These are novel-based type stuff. Yeah.
Well, isn't this sort of the type of thing that we torpedoed Governor Ed Meekum
yes,
about?
we impeached a governor. And keep in mind, and I want to make this crystal clear. If this had been a Republican governor and we had a Democratic legislature,
he'd be gone.
the impeachment articles would have been dropped already. The articles of impeachment would have been already.
Well, I mean, do you think that's going to happen?
I think they should. I'm hereby calling on the Arizona legislature to draw up articles of impeachment on Governor Katie Hobbs for the corruption and hypocrisy and the high crimes and misdemeanors that she's committing on the 9th floor.
Well, we happen to have a guy who's running for Arizona Attorney General. He was on our show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Warren Whiting.
He could do
Warren
that.
Peterson.
Warren
yeah.
Peterson. He could do that.
That's right.
Yeah, he should.
Right. Yeah. All right, guys.
That is
Get her done.
Well, there we are. I mean, we've solved all the world's problems.
I think we have.
But I mean, Katie Hobbs is just
we really
she's become a punchline.
Well, but here's the problem: is that and the thing, and I agree with you.
And I think even for Democrats, I know Democrats are like, oh my gosh, is this the best we can do?
The thing that I worry about is when we make fun of politicians, which we do.
We have to. We make fun of everybody, though.
Yeah, when we make fun of politicians, I worry that it tends to let people kind of let them off the hook.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's
true. Isn't she a goofball? Oh. Folks, this is dangerous. This is the government using your taxpayers to enrich friends behind the scenes. This is corruption. This is the misuse of the public trust. These are really important and like literally super important things.
But you know what Democrats would say to that? But Trump.
It doesn't matter.
He's building a ballroom. He's blowing up norms.
Speaking of the ballroom, did you see this interview by the longtime personal usher for the president?
No, I did not.
So there's a guy that I think he was the White House butler or White House usher. He's like one of the top.
He's been there forever, right?
Been there from.
He's one of the permanent staff.
I think he was there. If he wasn't there for LBJ, he was definitely there for Nixon.
Yeah, and educate our listeners about this. For people who don't know that there's members of permanent staff in the White House, and they just have been there forever.
Yeah, that's their career.
And you hear all these stories from the permanent staff after these first families leave.
Yeah.
About all the horror stories and different things.
Well, but
the vast majority of people don't say a word.
rarely hear that because they are very good about keeping their mouths shut about the stuff because they see the most intimate moments in the first family's life because they are the personal help, right? And so this guy served from, I guess, Nixon until Obama. And so he was asked about. So I don't think he ever served under Trump.
Okay.
I think he left during Obama, or either during Obama or after Obama. He said, "I've always believed that this is the president's house, and the president always has the ability to make changes to the house that fit the president. And we've always needed a place to have big events because the tents are just unwieldy." And so
It's
he
embarrassing.
basically was endorsing the idea of the ballroom.
Well, in contrast that to Michelle Obama, who really hates the fact that she was first lady for 8 years. Like, it was such an oppressive thing for her. It was so. She's been on her own podcast and all these interviews lamenting the fact that she was first lady and her husband was such a dolt for 8 years, and that her precious East Wing has been demolished, and that was her East Wing. She put so much time and effort into. And anyone, like I said, we're a broken record on this show, but the East Wing wasn't built until the 40s. It was.
Well, it was originally it was started. I mean, there were parts of it that were around.
It's been renovated in different times. People forget that Truman gutted the entire White House.
Yeah.
That it was so unlivable that he had to gut the entire interior of the White House.
Literally the entire White House.
Because there was no electricity, and the electricity was there, didn't work, and there was no mechanical, and the mechanical, such that it was, never worked, and the foundation was sinking. Everything was rebuilt in the 3 years of Truman, and he didn't move in until like his last year.
Yeah.
People forget that, and so this ballroom is so long overdue.
It's long overdue.
And it's just funny to hear people losing their noodle over it.
Yeah. Well, we won't solve all the world's problems, but we certainly we need to take corruption in government seriously.
Absolutely.
And
it doesn't matter which party.
And it of course, Chris Mays, as a liberal Democrat, is not going to lift a finger.
Of course not.
About this.
Of course not. It was reported in AZ Free News that she was actually paid to go prosecute people who supported Trump.
Yeah, I mean this.
It goes deep.
This corruption is not just with Hobbs. It's the establishment of Democratic establishment. So,
well,
let's fix it.
And with that, please remember that this is a podcast based on faith, freedom, and free enterprise, the founding principles of our fair republic. Thank you very much for listening.
Yep. Like and subscribe, folks.
And God bless you.
See ya.